Good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to explain the story The Rat Trap. The title The Rat Trap is a metaphor. The word rat trap has been compared to the world. So you know the meaning of rat trap, a kind of cage, a kind of trap generally used to trap um, a rat and similar like rats, okay, like torrents and others. So about the author Selma Lagerlöf. She was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them, a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. This is the backbone of a story that the speech topic or the debate topic is coming. No one is by birth a criminal. All human beings have same kind of hardware at the time of his birth. The software is installed in his mind through society, okay, by the love, the good one, and by the hatred, okay, and torture, the bad one. So we should not be very much judgmental, we will not be very much critical about the action and activity of a sinner, of a culprit, of a thief. We should just treat him nicely. There will be a chances of improving his behaviors and manner. In this story, the narrator has explained the whole story just like a very fairy tale, okay, just like fables that will never happen in the real one, but that is known as fables or fairy tales. Just like for the children, okay, that the good qualities wins and the bad defeated. So in this story, what happens? Vagabond is there. Okay, vagabond means a person who just moves from here to there. Okay, and his profession was making rat trap. The story is set in Sweden, and the area was chosen coal mines. Okay, and from there the narrator was begging wi- uh, wires. Okay, and with the help of that iron ores wires, he was making a rat trap, a kind of cage, okay, a kind of trap, and then he was selling, but the business was not okay, and that's why he used to just beg also. So he was begging at the same time, okay, he was selling rat trap. Two business he was doing at the same time, but even these two business were not running properly, and he was not getting profit any out of any one of two. So because of that, he had become very kind of a thief, a kind of robber, a kind of uh, ill human being, and finally he commits a very big blunder in his life. And how he realized, okay, all these things, and how he left that bad work, okay, from his life, removed the illness, okay, the evil spirit of his personality. It was due to touch of love and affection by a girl, okay, in this story, and by the name Edla Williamson. So the story highlights that we should always love, okay, and take care of the people who are sinner, okay, who are thief, because they are not by birth a thief, they are not by birth a sinner, they are not by birth, okay, a criminal. It is the society, it is the treatment, okay, it is the environmental problem, okay, that made him like that he is, or he was like that, okay. So this is the theme, universal theme runs through all of them, a belief that the essential goodness in a human being can be awakened through understanding and love. This story is set amidst the mine of Sweden. Mines means coal mines of Sweden, rich in iron ore, which figure large in the history and legends of that country. The story is told somewhere in the manner of a fairy tale. So this is the introduction given in their textbook, okay, about the author. These are the expression that the narrator wants us, okay, to just understand these meanings, okay, in this way, like keeping body and soul together, to manage to keep alive, okay, to survive. Anyhow, he was trying to be alive. Hunger gleamed in his eyes. This shows that he was very hungry, okay. An expression shows on one's face. Plots along the road. This shows a kind of walking, okay. Heavy walking means he was not unable to move properly. Unwanted joy, a kind of unusual pleasure. Impenetrable prison. Impassable confinement means there was no hope of coming out, okay, of the chain of poverty, okay, and chain of hunger or chain of trouble. Just like the elementary school children, there was no hope, okay, for them. Just like the lost spring children, like Sahibe Alam, okay, and Mukesh and the bangle makers. So there was no hope, okay. So they were just like impenetrable prison, means there was no condition, okay, there was no hope for them that they are going to improve themselves, okay, in the future. Nodded a haughty consent means a kind of agreement he is making there. Is this way a careful walk, we can say. Fallen into a line of thought. This expression is very much important. Suddenly an idea stuck in his mind. The expression is agreement, okay, of thoughts. Things have gone downhill means his condition was becoming worse, okay, worse and worse. The explanation is here to decline or grow worse and worse. Now I am reading the text, okay. Somebody is given, okay, in brief. This is about a vagabond. So once upon a time there was a man who went around selling a small rat traps of wire. The story begins like that. Once upon a time there was a king. He had, four sons. All the four were very mighty and brave. Like this, okay, he's telling. The story begins with just like a fairy tales. Fairy tales means something miracle is going on, okay, under the spell of some magic or something, unusual things will take place there. So similarly, the story begins here, okay, like that. There was a man, and who was that? He made them himself, who went around selling a small rat traps of wire. A small rat traps. Rat traps. This is very much important word, okay. Rat traps is a kind of trap, okay, a kind of cage, a kind of instrument generally used, okay, in a household, okay, kitchen, in order to trap the mouse and torrents, okay, who disturb and destroy the storeroom, okay, and the food items placed there. So he was just selling that rat traps. As I said, the word rat traps is a metaphor in this story, and the narrator has fallen in a line of thought that this world is also a rat trap. If this world is a rat trap, then who are the rat? If the world is a trap, then who are the rat? It is the human being, okay. And what are the bet? Bet means tempting objects, okay, a stimulus that are placed in the trap, that are placed in the world. So in the world we are very much tempted with good food, good clothes, good shelter, okay, good lifestyle. Similarly, a rat is trapped because of his temptation, okay. He he loved to have the bait actually, the tempting object, okay, the good food placed inside the trap. And in order to have that delicious food in a form of cheese, or in a form of pork, in a form of whatever things he likes to eat. So when he enters in the trap in order to have that delicious food, he is trapped. Similar case is here with this. The human being start uh, running after good food, running after good shelter, running after good clothes, and in search of in hope of getting all these things, they are trapped in this world, okay, and they start working just like a machine, and then their whole life is just surrounded in that only, in in day to night and night to day. And then one day what happens, they just breathe their last, and in this way their life ends. This is the thought of the narrator. This way he thinks about human being and about this world. Similarly, just as he is thinking about the trap and the rat, okay, or the torrents, he made them himself at odd moments. Means he was not purchasing and selling. He was making the trap, okay, himself in odd moments, okay, in free times, or whenever he was getting enough time. And that iron ores actually he was getting, okay, from the iron mills of Sweden, because he was living in that area and getting iron ores, okay, iron wires, and with the help of that iron wires, he was preparing trap and also selling it. But the business was not good. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. This is clear thing. But even so, the business was not especially profitable, so he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. Means actually, none of the business was going on properly. Neither the begging nor the trap making, selling. So he had to resort, okay, depend on both in order to make his ends meet. Make his ends meet refers to have food, okay, to have basic needs. He does not have home, okay. He was just working for food. Even so, his clothes were in rags. This was just like a beggar, okay, a homeless man. Rags, very worn out, okay. His cheeks were sunken. This shows very lean appearance, okay, very thin appearance. His malnutrition condition, this shows that he has not eaten his fill, okay, for a long time. He was hungry for a long time, okay. This shows the extreme condition. And hunger gleamed in his eyes. Hunger gleamed in his eyes refers to that he was looking for, okay, he was searching for food, similar to the eyes of the rats. Hunger gleamed always in the eyes of rats. When, if you have seen, okay, rats in movie or anywhere, okay, then you can see that they are always in search of something. Like rats eyes in the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. A rat's eye refers to insecure, okay, insecure and in hurry. They are frightened. At the same time, they are in search of something. This shows that they are very much hungry. At the same time, this shows that they are running short of time. But actually, the actual meaning of rat's eyes is they are insecure, okay, they are frightened, and the second thing is that they are very much hungry and they are searching for food. Similar cases with there, okay, with the man who was selling and rat traps and begging. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road, left to his own meditation. Means it was beyond imagination, it was beyond explanation to just explain the extreme miserable condition of the vagabond. A vagabond is a race in India, okay, that they migrate from one place to another place. They erect their tent, live for a while, okay, for a days, for a week, and then they once again migrate from one place to another place. But this vagabonds refers to they don't have a fixed place of living. But here in this story, this vagabond refers to a homeless man, okay, having no permanent residential place for him. Plots along the roads refers to means a kind of walk that shows that he was very lean and thin, okay, and he was unable to move. Plots just you can compare a small baby when he starts moving first time, when he starts, walking first time, when the first step is taken by a small baby at after 9 or 10 months of completion, or after 11 or 12 years 12 months of completion, it start plodding. Plodding means a very heavy work, as if the baby knee is unable to bear the weight of his body. Similar is the case with this man. He was plodding. It shows that he was very weak. Okay, he was very lean. He was very thin, and his knees were very less strong. Means they were not strong to keep the body up on the knee. So this happens, okay, at the age of after 70 or 80, those who are very lean and thin and very weak, they are unable to just stand straight. So they bend themselves, okay, in order to uh, balance the just movement. Just realize the appearance of the portrait of a lady, Kushwant Singh grandmother. So she was also plodding, okay, she was balancing herself in the story, keeping one hand, okay, on the waist, okay, and moving very slowly. So that is the case. So this is the case with him, okay. This was that he was very thin, okay, very weak, and he was even unable to walk. But while plodding, okay, by the side of the road, he always lost in his own thought. He was always lost in his own thought. An empty mind is the devil's shop of a scoundrel. So don't keep your mind always empty. Just engage yourself in activity. Do something, read something, okay. Help someone, okay, in their work. So he was having no companion at the same time. He was having no work, okay. So that's why his workshop was just like a devil workshop, okay. The empty mind is the workshop of a devil. So he was lost and see what he was thinking. But one day, this man had fallen into a line of thought, and suddenly an idea came in his mind. An idea ascended in his mind, an idea stuck in his mind. And what is that? Which really seemed to him entertaining. And that idea entertained him, means gave him a sense of peace and pleasure. He had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole world about him, the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages, was nothing but a big rat trap. I've already defined what is world, okay, and what is the bait, and why he was comparing the whole world is a trap, and what are its bait, what are its tempting objects. So according to him, these are the beautiful sceneries, beautiful monuments, beautiful rivers, beautiful gardens. These are actually the traps. They traps means here attracts us, okay. And in order to have them in our life, We are stuck in this world. We are trapped in this world. It had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits, okay, for people. The narrator is very much negative perspective, negative points of view about the world and its beautiful objects in it. He is telling that this world is just like a trap, okay, for all human beings and all the living ones, because it does not have any other aim. Its only and only objective of its is to just trap the all the living one. It offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the rat trap offered cheese and pork. And as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. And now see the explanation. See the uh, explanation of thought and his idea, that he's telling that all the beautiful objects, all the tempting objects are nothing but baits. Baits means a kind of trapping instruments. So these are actually baits, and human beings are easily tempted, and then they wanted to have this all okay in their life, and as soon as they proceed towards to have the beautiful objects, they are trapped in this, okay. It became cherished pastime of his. The world had of course never been very sorry the world had of course never been very kind to him, so it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way, okay. Means the world was not very kind, means the world has treated very badly, the human beings have treated him very badly, and that's why he was thinking all the time in a negative way. It became a cherished pastime of his, during many dreary ploddings. Dreary plodding is very hard moving, yeah, very uh, not interesting, very sad or very heavy. Dreary means very tired plodding. So think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare. The world is, snare, kind of net, and of others who were still circling around the bed. The narrator is telling that many of the human beings have just uh, uh, trapped in this world, okay, in the net of this world, and many are also circling, means moving towards it. One dark evening, as he was treading along the road, means the moving and the walking is not given here. This shows that he was anyhow just moving. This shows his extreme weaknesses. He caught sight of a little grey cottage. Caught sight. Suddenly he saw, okay, by the roadside, and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night. He requested, means it was a very, in Sweden or in Russia, the temperature is very extremely cold, not very cold, extremely cold. You cannot imagine minus 54 or minus 6, minus in a 50. In India, when it is general 14, the government allow you just leave them holiday. Think about the place where the temperature is minus 50, minus 30. So here actually in the evening time the temperature goes down. So he was thinking that if I will keep on walking and just not get a shelter, I will die. So that's why he requested a man whose house was by the side of the road, okay, that give me a shelter for this night. No, seldom, nor was he refused. Instead of the sour faces which ordinarily met him, sour faces refers to he was not being welcomed by anyone. Okay, he was getting all the time ill treatment. So the owner, means the house owner, the door who knocked, who was an old man without wife or children, means he was also very poor, and he was not having wife and children, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. And the man was also happy, okay, that this night he will get one companion with whom we can talk. Immediately he put the porridge. Porridge means a delicious food, okay, pot on the fire and gave uh, him supper. Then he carved off such a big slice from his tobacco roll that it was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. Means generally in the cold area they used to have a kind of a smoke in order to warm up their body. So this they are doing, okay. For them this is very much important, okay, and very much healthy for them. Porridge is a delicious food. In our case, it is just like a kheer, we can say. Finally, he got out an old pack of cards, and now they are playing a game and played M. Jolis. Jolis is a kind of card game, just like a task, with his guest until bedtime. And now they played the night, okay, till the bedtime. The old man was just as generous with his confidences as with his porridge and tobacco. Means the old man was living in this house was uh, very much kind, very much nice. The guest was informed at once that in his days of prosperity, his host had been, okay, a crofter at Ramsjo Iron Works and had worked on the land. Crofter means a kind of just like a sharecroppers, okay, a man who just take lands, okay, on rent, and then he works on that just like a sharecroppers. So he's telling about his own history and past, that how he was working and what was his condition, okay, when he was young, and what he is now doing. Means he is narrating his whole history of the past and the present. Now that he was no longer able to, okay, do a day labor, it was his cow which supported him, and now he has just left all the sharecropping works or renting work. Now he's not taking land, okay, on rent and working on that, because he was no longer very strong to work in day. Yes, but he is now having a cow, okay, who gives him milk, and from milk he just take out butters and sell it in the market. Yes, that Bossy is the cow, nickname of the cow, was extraordinary. She could give milk, okay, for the creamery uh, every day. Creamery here refers to the dairy, okay, where we get sweet sand and milk made of, milk. She could give milk, okay, for the creamery every day, and last month he had received all of 30 krona in payment. And last month, okay, he is telling the statics. The data is revealing that in this month he has earned this much money. What is 30 kroner? Kroner is the currency of, Sweden. In our case, it is just like a 30 rupees or 300 rupees, similar to 300 rupees. So he was very much happy with this, achievements, okay, and the gain and the profit he has earned, and that he was revealing and discussing and sharing with his host. Sorry, guest. Who was the guest? The vagabond was the guest. The thief was the guest, okay. The rat trappers were the guest. The man who was begging and just selling the rat traps, who was the guest of the crofter. So you all will read this story, okay? And first you underline the new words and phrases from this story, and then we will just continue this story next class. Thank you very much. All the best. God bless you all.